Hey friends, Chef Wainaina here. Today I'm sharing with you guys this very simple and easy to make recipe of Mahamris or Mandazis that goes very well with a cup of chai. So our Mahamris or the Mandazi recipe is very simple, just a few ingredients, spices, flour, some oil. They all combine to make this super delicious East African donut that is so popular as a breakfast item. So first we are going to start by making the masala that is very popular with the Mahamris. We are going to use 4 sticks cinnamon, a teaspoon of peppercorns, a tablespoon of green cardamom, some nutmeg, about 4 star anise, a tablespoon of cloves. I'm going to toast this. Once the spices are all toasted, you want to move them to this coffee grinder and then just buzz them until they are a fine powder. This is a tablespoon of ground ginger. I'm going to add it and then just buzz it a few times. And you have this fragrant chai masala. And this will get added into my spice jar. I always make a big batch of this. Cover it tightly, ready to use. Into this bowl, measure 5 cups of whole wheat flour. Into the bowl, open 1 sachet of active dry yeast, which is about 1 tablespoon. Empty it. Half a teaspoon salt, a 1/3 cup of sugar, a heaping teaspoon of our masala. Using a spatula, bring all this together. Add a 1/3 cup of powdered milk. This is optional. Into the bowl, add 1.5 cups of warm milk or water. Mix this with a spatula until it comes together to form a dough. Once this is all come together, I'm gonna move it to the table. Using clean hands and some extra water on the side, I will start working the dough. Start bringing it all together using your fingers. You can always use a dough scraper just to bring it together. I'll use some of this extra warm water just to bring the dough together. So once the dough starts coming together, I'm going to add some vegetable oil and start working it in. This is about 2 tablespoons. Extra flour here and bring all this together. So after about 8 minutes, you have this nice soft dough. Put it back into this bowl. Let it rest for about 45 minutes or until it starts to rise. So this dough has been proofing for about 45 minutes. It's well risen here. So I'm going to take it out first. Sprinkle some flour on the board and then just lay the dough. Just spread it slightly and punch it. Tiny amount of flour on top. Using a rolling pin, roll it into a rectangle or just about the size of my board. You want to make sure it's all uniform. Once I'm satisfied with my rectangle here, I'm going to cut it into a half using my dough scraper, and then 1/2 cut it into a half. just like so. So at this point, you can cut it the traditional way. I always like to do some shortcuts, make my work easier. Once I get those strips, so I'll come here. I'm going to do with the center one. You can definitely do it the traditional way. So I'm going to do a triangle here. Next, come back here, cut another triangle, and then I'll continue doing so, just like that. And you have those beautiful triangles. So I'll continue cut the rest of the doughs until I'm all finished. So our dough here is all cut into these medium-sized triangles. You definitely don't get exact size. So I have a sheet pan here that I'm dusting with some flour. I'm going to take these triangles and lay them, and then these will move into the oven and just proof them until they rise just slightly and they are ready to fry. So our mahamris here have been rising for about half an hour in the oven. Oil is ready for frying. So using this fish spatula, I'm going to carefully lift one of these triangles, which is beautifully risen, and then drop it into our hot oil. Being careful not to burn yourself. And then you immediately notice that they will start rising. Once they start getting some color and they are nicely risen, using your fish spatula, you want to turn them carefully. They look just beautifully golden brown. Just flip them and have them brown on the other side, and make sure that they cooked through. Once you are satisfied with your color and you make sure that they are cooked through, and just flip them for a second. Beautiful color. I'll just come in with a spider here. Just lift them up, drain off the excess oil, and move them onto a container lined with a parchment paper to absorb the excess oil. I'll continue with frying the rest of our mahamris. Our last batch mandazi here is all done. Time to make a cup of chai to enjoy with this. Beautiful. So the way I like to make my chai, I bring a cup and a half of water to a boil. Add about a teaspoon of tea leaves, about a half a teaspoon of our chai masala. Let it boil for about 30 seconds or so. You can stir in the masala. And then I'm going to add about a cup of whole milk. You can use whatever milk you like. Bring this back to a boil. Once this comes to a boil, you want to go in with a strainer and then lower the heat all the way. When this chai starts boiling, you really don't want to step away. There are a lot of stories about this part. You just look aside for a second and it's all boiling over. So you want to leave this. Let the tea leaves steep for a bit just to release their flavors and all the spices just to get into the chai. For me, squeeze in about a teaspoon of honey. Just mix it in. And let it steep for a couple more minutes. And this chai is ready to serve. These mahamris are definitely ready to enjoy with your favorite cup of chai in your favorite mug, served in your favorite pot. These mahamris, they are telling me they are ready to enjoy. Look at this. Nice, hollow, that's what you want. Beautiful, very soft in the inside. You want to have these for breakfast or snacking. They're just so perfect. Look at that. Just gonna give this just a small bite to see how they are. take a sip of this chai. There you go. Very nice, very spicy, very delicious. So friends, there you have it, our delicious, simple and easy to make Mahamri's recipe. Thank you so much for watching this one. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Just remember to subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and I will see you soon.